as I was saying, I'm not saying at my alma mater, Allen Denise High School this year, that everything is going 110% fine without me, because I graduated, that is. I'm not even saying that during my 5-year tenure there, everything was all peaceful and lucky charms, because God knows it wasn't. I definitely spoke to many students over the last couple of years that, like I said before, shared their own personal stories of conflict with me, with a teacher or with another student, with the faculty and staff, with their parents, and et cetera, et cetera. A sport team, et cetera, et cetera. And I look at that once again as how much, like I said before, I wish these things would just change, because I just don't believe that, or I just do believe that people can just do a lot better than what they're doing, and so forth. And that's just what it is. And with that also being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's just the fact being that, I hope that with the K through 8s, I mean, this is just why I really want to be a volunteer so darn bad, because I swear to God that you let me in there for just one day, and I swear to God I'll set a tempo that these kids will never forget. They'll never forget. I'll set the most loving, caring, outgoing tempo. These kids will absolutely never forget, and they'll want to be at school. That's one of the top things that I feel like so many schools are absolutely lacking. Is or they're lacking that environment. They're lacking that warm, welcoming environment, and the kids, they're lacking that love and passion for learning. They're lacking the love and passion to even want to go to school. They're lacking that love and passion for being in school and such. And that's one of the top problems that I think a lot of these schools absolutely are, responsible for. But that's, once again, when you look at these school reviews the way I do, it pretty much proves it, that, again, how many people actually care within the faculty and staff and administration. Too many don't care, because too many are too busy enforcing the bias rules, and they're too busy doing almost whatever they can to play biased favorites and make almost any kid's life who crosses them a living hell. And I'm very sorry to all kids, past, present, and future, whatever school you went to that's been a victim of that, because I'm telling you, that's what makes anybody hate school. And I'm telling you, it's not hard to clean this stuff up, but people just have to want to clean it up. And it's not that I want to be a dean or I want to be a principal, even though one of the previous teachers at one of the previous basketball games told me that I could be a dean for the school. I would love it if the opportunity was definitely presented to me there, but I can rest assure you that overall, I'm just looking to share God's love with the kids through any advice that I possibly can, whether it's through these videos, whether it's through my music, whether it's through, person, like face-to-face contact. I'm looking to just share God's love, and let's all, you say party like it's 1999, I guess. But it's just the fact being that, I have a line in one of my songs that I think I had never released, but I need to release, that pretty much says that, like, every day at whatever school it was, I think it was at Nice, but I think it can hopefully apply to every school, that every day is a pep rally. And what that means is that every day, obviously not every day everybody's in the gym doing an actual pep rally, but what that means is that every day everybody's at school loving it and enjoying it and wanting to be there. Everybody's all happy, and if not all happy, at least the majority happy. Everybody's caring about one another. Everybody's looking out for one another. Everybody's, cherishing one another. Everybody's trying to learn, build, and grow constructively with one another. Everybody's trying to, just do it and own it to the best of their God-first willing and able abilities. That's something that I don't believe, once again, is a hard philosophy to have. I am very, very ashamed that so many schools pretend as if it's something that's hard, but it's just not hard. And I believe that that's one of the top problems that we have in our society and our culture, is that so many schools treat it like it's rocket science to even implement a system like that. I assure you, it never was rocket science. Then they need to stop pretending like it's rocket science, and just need to, you could even say, go to church, and they need to, ask whoever, how do I do this? But again, I hate to say it, at times I give people in church way too much credit. I hate to even say that statement, but I do, because I really do treat people people at church as if I talk about the body of church, or whatever sentence you want to put there. I treat it almost like it's just perfect. And there's so many scars in there, honestly. Now, it's not to discourage anybody's church life, because I love church. God bless church life. I may have to make that into a hashtag now, hashtag church life. But it is just the fact being that I believe church is supposed to be that, that foundation of every community's health, wealth, growth, and development. And to see that how many churches have done the exact opposite of that, and you have how many churches in your neighborhood, but yet everybody lacks spiritual discernment and spiritual faith and etc. is what deeply annoys me. And I'm just like, what? It's annoying, it's disgusting, it's gross, and I'm just like, how do you people kind of live with yourself knowing this? And that's kind of what I mean when I say that I know that I give the church a tad bit way too much credit, because it's like I have high standards and high expectations for them, but yeah, I keep but with that expectation, I halfway keep pretending as if everybody in the church is of good moral descent, when there's a lot of people in church that have absolutely horrible and crude moral descent. And trust me, they couldn't give you no more better advice. I hate to say it, than a homeless person. That's just a phrase to throw out there, just to let you know. It's not a actual phrase that I want you to take, very, very literally, but you can definitely put it into contestation in your own mind. I believe that when you actually put the rates together, put the statistics together, some of these people in church couldn't give you no more advice on possibly how to raise your kids, or raise or you could say run a school. They couldn't give you no more advice than a homeless person sometimes, but sometimes those homeless people could give you better advice than the people in the church. You never fully know. You just gotta go out there and be willing to ask those questions and find those people. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not that I couldn't be a dean in any school. I just rest assure you that from all the school reviews that I've done and how much I love and believe in school and believe in the people that are there, I just believe that it can be more than what it is. I don't believe that it can, or I don't believe it should be, quote unquote, looked at as a prison anymore. I believe church in so many cases, should be that, I believe that school in so many cases should be a school home, and it should also be a school family, which is one of the top reasons why I've put, Valley Ridge Academy on some of these covers, like school family and Valley Ridge Academy family, because I want everybody to understand that. Even though I'm not there, that's one of the topics I want all the kids that I promote my music to that are there. I want them to understand this is what I'm trying to promote and build for your school from afar. I'm trying to build and promote it as it is a school family, it is a school home, and everybody loves each other. Now, if that last part isn't true, I would definitely say if not everybody loves each other, at least for the most part, everybody's willing to at least tolerate each other and are at least trying to look out for one another and actually care a little bit about one another. But the problem is, I'm pretty sure if you journey in some of these halls, that's absolutely not at all what you'll find. You'll find probably more, hate and bias and et cetera, than probably anything. But that's one of the top reasons why I make the music for Valley that I do, because even if I'm not there as a school student, it's just me supporting and promoting the kids from afar and promoting, you could say, my agenda or my vision for the school from afar. The same thing with Nice High School. I don't know how many covers I've actually used Nice for, but I know it's the same thing with Nice and a lot of my other friends, pathways in the future that went to Nice. It's me promoting my vision and my dream for everybody from afar. Because I'm telling you, it's not that hard. But people just have to be willing to do what they got to do. I do believe too many kids is not enough kids. I love kids so dearly to where, like I said before, all the kids at Valley Ridge, all the kids at Palm Valley, whatever school it is you go to, all across the world, you can look up to me as your big brother, as your role model, as your mentor, particularly if you're an only child, most definitely. I want to be there for you. I want to be that big brother, that role model, that mentor to you and for you. Not to say I can be there for you, physically through everything, because obviously I can't. I'm one person with, with things. But I can rest assure you that through YouTube and through other devices, I'm trying what I definitely can to give you the best advice and, you could say, help raise you from afar. So that's one of the top things, reason why I've made some of these videos for the parents, definitely. Because I want the parents to understand that, definitely, is that for all parents, I make these videos so I can help you raise your child from afar. Especially if you're not doing it, somebody's got to do it. And I believe I can pass on a lot of good advice, that will possibly definitely help your child in the Jesus Christ Salvation long run through everything. To where, especially if you're not raising your child, if they look at enough of my YouTube videos, they'll learn God's plan for them, for their lives. They'll learn how to love themselves. they'll understand how much talent they hold, and they'll hopefully learn some discipline and some morals along the way. And that's one of the top reasons why my YouTube and my Twitter and my Snapchat exist the way they do, even parts of my Instagram as well. Because I want people to understand this is real life, this is real tributes, this is real stuff. You have to be able to stand out and just be real, you know, and you can't be afraid to do certain things in order to stand out. You know, you just got to take some leaps of faith sometimes and just do it. But definitely for all you parents out there who are doing your job, but there's only so much you can do, you know, of what you feel that you can do. It's like, if you really want the other time that you're not spending teaching your child to be used for something great when they're on the internet, why not put on an NJ to the City video like this, a vlog like this, let me raise your child from afar, or help you raise your child from afar. And that's one of the top things that I make these videos for. Now, I understand some of my opinions are very much, in certain people's eyes, are going to be crude, so not all my videos are, you know, the most age appropriate, depend on which age group you are. If it's elementary and middle school, definitely you should stay away from some of these videos, because I'm possibly going way too deep into certain topics of religion that if you do watch, you should be definitely watching with your parent. But other things, but definitely for a lot of high schoolers, there, you know, a lot of the, you know, the high schoolers, definitely they should be able, sorry, to understand the majority of everything I'm saying. Now, it's not to say because you're a high schooler, your maturity automatically matches up to your grade and your age, because it doesn't always do that. But it is to say that I trust that most high schoolers can watch these videos and hopefully not get as triggered as a middle schooler or as an elementary schooler. I just trust that. That's just me and my process. But also, it's just the fact being, like I said before, I'm willing to adopt an entire school into my family, which is predominantly for a school like Valley Ridge. All of those kids in that school, whether you know me or not, if you ever watch this video, you're all my little brothers and sisters of the next generation. Every last one of you from every grade. So I understand what that means at the end of the day. I probably might have over 700, or I don't know how many kids, you know, claiming that, or yeah, that I'm claiming, and they might claim me, but it doesn't matter to me. Too many kids ain't enough kids. I want them all in my flock, all part of my flock. I want to lead them all into the Lord's way. And I want them all to learn, build, and grow and prosper in the Lord's name. Sorry, that was the napkin. Well, actually, not the napkin, the tissue that I was using to level the phone. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I can have you know, thousands of kids totally, you know, with this in my flock. And just to let you know, I mean, it doesn't, there's no limit. Just like the song titled Limitless off the Valley Ridge Academy tribute album, the first one that I released last summer, it's limitless. You kids, your talent is limitless, your blessings are limitless, and the number of you who are invited into my flock to learn, build, and grow with me and from me, the number is limitless. I adopt you all into my family before I even meet you, you know, and I want every kid out there who watches this video, regardless of what school you go to understand that. I have already adopted you into my family before I ever met you. I care about you as a role model, as a big brother, as a mentor, and I want you to learn as much as you can from, you know, from me about whatever it is, about God, life, about sports, about friendships, about relationships. I want all that for you all. And again, this is just a very fallen world, so you guys got to get it somewhere, especially if you're not going to church, you know, and you're not going to youth groups or Bible studies, or you don't have the best friends around you, or your parents aren't the greatest. I'm trying to give you some type of outlet where you can learn it from, especially if you do spend all your time on the internet anyway. I'm trying to give you some outlet, particularly through, you could say, my YouTube channel or Twitter or Snapchat, where you can learn these values, because it's important, especially in what most people religiously will call the last days of which we're in, even though no man or woman knows the time, or the hour or the day. But you get the point. It's important you learn it somehow. So this video is almost over. I don't know if I'll shoot another one tonight. I probably have to delete another video or two off my phone in order to do it. I don't know. But God bless for better and forth. We got more views coming soon. There's many ways to dissect that one review. So we'll see.